In the heart of a small town nestled within the scenic landscapes of Georgia, a railroad employee named Neil Mullis was going about his routine tasks on a chilly winter morning. Frost hung heavily in the air, making every breath a visible cloud. The tracks stretched out before him, lines of steel disappearing into the distance, and as Neil walked along the rails, his keen eye caught an unusual sight. A raccoon sat atop the rail, its fur matted with frost and its eyes wide with an expression that seemed a mix of fear and resignation. Neil furrowed his brow, puzzled by the raccoon's behavior. Animals were common around these parts, but this raccoon appeared different. It wasn't moving, not even flinching at Neil's approach. With a mix of concern and curiosity, Neil closed the gap between himself and the raccoon. As he drew nearer, his heart sank. The raccoon wasn't just sitting there, it was stuck. Its lower body was fused to the rail, a bizarre and cruel entanglement with the cold metal. Fumbling for his phone, Neil quickly dialed a coworker, desperation lacing his voice as he described the raccoon's predicament. Together, they hatched a plan. They needed to warm the metal enough to release the raccoon from its icy prison. Racing against time and the cold, they gathered containers and filled them with steaming water, the vapor mingling with the frigid air. As Neil poured the warm water between the raccoon's paws, his colleague cautiously approached with a trowel. The minutes ticked by slowly, each passing second an eternity as they worked to free the helpless creature. The warmth gradually began to melt the ice that held the raccoon captive, and with each gentle stroke of the trowel, hope crept back into Neil's heart. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, there was a soft pop, and the raccoon's icy bonds relinquished their grip. The raccoon's body, once rigid with cold and fear, suddenly sprang to life. It jumped back, its movements a mix of confusion and newfound freedom. Then, in a flash, it darted away, disappearing into the woods. Neil watched the raccoon vanish into the trees, a mix of relief and wonder fluting through him. He couldn't help but smile, knowing that he and his coworker had made a difference in a creature's life that day. The mystery of how the raccoon had ended up frozen to the rail remained unanswered, but what mattered most was that it had been given a second chance.